right. Shalom. I'm Dr. Yasapa. Let me get this together. And give me 1 second. See what's up. All right. Shalom. I'm Dr. Yasapa. And I want to share, want to update everybody with what's happening at Zion Law School. So it's been a while since I've been online. Well, not online, but on this YouTube channel, because I was working on these self-study courses. Okay, so this is the digitized or computerized version of the class I taught about 2 or 3 years ago. I don't remember exactly how long it was, but I used to teach this class called the free live online ancient Ibaryath. What was it? The free live online 8-week Ibaryath course or something like that. But I don't teach that live anymore. This has now been digitized, and there's a whole lot more information that I've added into the course. So the advantage of this course is that there's no one interrupting or asking questions. You just get the pure Ibaryath straight through. We give you an introduction in part 1. It's a 3-part course. You get an introduction in part 1. Part 2, you get the pictographs, and part 3, you get the grammar. But we have about 5 word studies that are absolutely astounding. There's so much information in here. So 113 lessons, 225 vocabulary words. Let's see. 113 lessons, 225 vocabulary words, and there's just a lot of information. For those of you who know, well, who took the 8-week course, that was a course I taught over 8 weeks, and 8 weeks was not enough time to even go through that, right? But anyway, so everything is there. Yasharala, you are going to love this course. I can promise you that. And also, it's basically free. So with the 8-week course, you had to buy the book, right? You had to buy the 911 book, 911, well, the purple book. You had to buy that. But this class, you don't have to buy the book. Now, it's very helpful if you do buy the book, right? I recommend you buy the book. In fact, all of the books that are recommended for the course, you'll see. So you can go and you get a $1 for 1 day, or $1 for 24-hour trial period. So you can take as many lessons as you want for $1 in 1 day. And I'm sure you're gonna like it, right? I'm absolutely sure you're gonna like it. You can enroll. Enrollment is only $10 per month, okay? $10 per month. And you can cancel anytime. So this is for our people. That's why the tuition is so low. I could easily charge, this course is easily worth $7,500 to $10,000. Easy. I can easily charge that for this course, right? But that's not what it is. This is for everybody to have a chance, no matter what your financial situation is. You can actually learn our language. All you have to do is be willing to try, right? You have to be willing to try. So go ahead and do the 1-day trial. It's just $1, and there's really no excuse for someone not to do it. take as many lessons as you want, right? There are 113. If you can get through 113 in one day, go ahead and do it, right? But this is a course you're going to want to keep for years and years to come. I guarantee you that. You're going to want to maintain this course for years to come, because this gives you all of the basic introductory information, everything that you got in that 8-week course, but a whole lot more. And if you go through this whole course, you're going to have to continue to repeat, because what you want to gain is mastery of the foundational information. So part 1 deals with the introduction. You get a treatise on modern Hebrew versus Ibaryath. Part 2, there's more in part 1 than just that, okay? I'm just giving you some highlights. You'll find out who made modern Hebrew. You'll find out all of the stuff you need to know about modern Hebrew in terms of being able to relate it to Ibaryath, which is the original language that our ancestors spoke. Okay, they spoke Ibaryath. Moses spoke Ibaryath. The Yasharallah, House of Yasharallah spoke Ibaryath. The oral law was spoken in Ibaryath, right? It was originally written, that language was Ibaryath. Of course, the Phoenician Hebrew script, right? The Phoenician Hebrew script. So you get all of this understanding in this course, and then the modern Hebrew, and then how that happened. That's part 1. Part 2, you get the pictographs. You get everything pictographs. Now, in the 8-week course that I taught a couple years ago, we went over the cultural context. So you get all of the cultural context in this digital course. You get all of the cultural context in it, and you get vocabulary words for each pictograph, okay? So there's a lot of vocabulary words, and the vocabulary words are not in English. They're in Ibaryath, but the meanings are given to you in English so you can understand. So in other words, the vocabulary words are written in the Phoenician Hebrew script, okay? You get the inscriptions, like the physical evidence about the language, where those inscriptions were found, the background information, what's written on the inscriptions, and you just get a lot, right? Part 3 is where you get into the grammar, right? So you get the grammar, you get the part of speech, okay? You get so much. So, I mean, you're gonna go through the Hebrew root word system, you're gonna go through the verbs, nouns, adjectives, prepositions, direct objects, I mean, all of that, negation, you get all of that. You get it all. You're going to learn how to make words, how words are constructed, everything. Also in part 1, you get an overview of what you're going to learn in the course. Okay, so you get an overview of what you're going to learn in the course and the books that you should have right behind you. If you have the money, you should buy these books. And I'll tell you why. In the course, I tell you why. But definitely, at minimum, you should have the 911 Ibaryath Rescue book. That's the purple book. The international version is like, it's cheaper than the full color. It's a $10 difference, but the content is the same inside. So you should have that book. And you should also get these books if you can afford it, okay? But otherwise, there's no requirements for this course. You don't have to buy a book. It helps if you do. I want you to buy the books because the money that it brings into the school helps to pay for everything and help us to do more, like buy equipment, do research, get the materials that we need for research, to just do everything that we need to make the school functional and be able to grow, to continue to do what we do. It's a lot of time, effort, and money that goes into doing this, okay? So let's go ahead and I'm gonna close my camera. So let's go ahead and take a look at the course, okay? So this is so we say Hebrew self-study course. When we say Hebrew self-study course, we're talking about what? Ancient Ibaryath. So this is 101, Ancient Ibaryath. So 101 meaning it's an introductory course. Introductory, but comprehensive. Comprehensive. And the course is very well taught. It's entertaining, it's fun, it's not boring at all. You'll see for yourself. Okay, so here's our $1 for 1 day trial offer. There's no doctrine in this course. Just $10 to enroll, and you can cancel anytime. We just went through all of this, the pictographs, the culture, grammar, word studies, and all of that. So this is on zionlawschool.org, right? Then you go to the course library or the course schedule, something like that. That's where all of the courses are. So I'm going to go just read through this, okay? So 101, Ancient Ibaryath. 113 self-study lessons. So what that means is that you can go through these lessons in the comfort of your own home, while you're at work, while you're outside walking, exercising. You can do these lessons 24/7 at your leisure, okay? So the information, let's continue reading. The information is priceless, right? Priceless, but don't take my word for it. Don't take my word for it. Priceless, mind-blowing, and life-changing content. And life-changing content, life-changing for the better, okay? Instruction is enthusiastic, powerful, content-rich, and comprehensive, packed, overloaded with pure Ibaryath, no modern Hebrew, no doctrine. First and only course of its kind. That's right. This is the first and only course of its kind. I haven't heard of any self-streaming Ibaryath course made for the house of Yasharallah. Okay, I have not heard of it, but it's here now, and you should really take advantage of it. Okay, so let's continue. Learning a language takes years of practice and effort, right? Learning, here we are right here. Learning a language takes years of practice and effort. You will not be Ibaryath literate after completing this introductory level course. Well, that should just be common sense, right? You just can't take one class and be literate in anything. All right. This course was created just for you, Yasharallah. Now, here's a question. If this course is so amazing and priceless, why is it almost free? You have to admit, $1 for a 1 day trial and then $10 a month, that's almost free. Basically, that's free. Well, here's your answer. Here's the answer. The answer is because we want everyone to be able to afford to learn Ibaryath, because we must return to the Most High as a nation and not as individuals. Okay, now let's go ahead and look up the scripture. Okay, so we just prove it out to see for yourself. Okay, nothing special about the NIV. I just pick it because it's at the top. This is Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 1 through 3. Okay, so let's begin reading. When all these blessings and curses I've set before you. What blessings and curses? Well, the blessings and curses in Deuteronomy chapter 28. So when all these blessings and curses I have set before you and come on you, and you take them to heart wherever the Most High your power disperses you amongst the nations. So let's stop right there and review. So this is telling us when, so that's future, right? So this was told during Moses during his time, right? When, meaning future, all, that's the whole. When all these blessings and curses I have set before you come over you and overtake you, and you take them to heart, wherever the Most High disperses you amongst the nations. So this means we will be in the curses, right? I'm sorry, yeah, we will be in the curses. We will be kicked out of the land, dispersed into the nations. Okay, so the blessings have happened, the curses have happened, and we're currently in the curses. Okay, so 2, and when you and your children return to the Most High and obey him with all your heart and with all your soul, according to everything I command you today. So again, it's when, that's future. And when you and your children, that means you and your seed, mom, dad, daughter, son, okay? When you return to the Most High, your power, and obey him. So what does return mean? Return means obeying the Most High, following his instructions. Exodus chapter 20, verse 1 through 17, following the commandments, right? So if we follow the commandments, that means we're returning to him, okay? With all your heart and with all your soul, that means what? Without hypocrisy, complete sincerity, okay? And if you want to know more about that, come to our live class on Saturday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. With all your heart and with all your soul, according to everything, that's the whole, right? Everything and all, okay? Everything I command you today. Today is a timestamp, okay? That means today, what he told Moses. 3, notice this. Then, okay, so this is condition, right? So after you do everything that the Most High tells us to do, only then the Most High will what? Restore your fortunes. See, restore your fortunes means what? Put you back in the blessings. Okay, take you out of the curses and put you back in the blessings. Then the Most High will restore your fortunes and have compassion on you and gather you again from all the nations where he scattered you. Okay, so this is what? Redemption. Redemption. All right, so I hope that's clear to everyone. So the way back to the Most High, the way back into the blessings, the way out of the curses is simply following the Most High's instructions that he gave to Moses. Okay, this is a timestamp. See, everything I command you today, that excludes anything told to anybody else. All right, so now let's go back. All right, so we see that we have to return as a nation, not as individuals. Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 1 through 3. We return as a nation, we get redemption, right? We get redemption. All right, so that's why it's almost free, okay? Of course, I can't do it for free because, you know, we don't live in a world where things are free, but it's as free as it can be. The price is so low that anybody can take this course. Okay, so if you are able, please generously support this course by buying our books, enrolling in our courses, donating, becoming a member of our website, and subscribing to our social media platforms. You can search Zion Law School on YouTube, and I think it's Ibaryath on Facebook. Okay, so with your generous support, we will be able to continue offering this priceless course for almost free. Without it, we cannot, because it costs money to keep it going. Thank you in advance for your generous and continuous support. I am Dr. Yasapa. So let me tell you why this is so beneficial. When we did the live class, the live 8-week class, there were a lot of people coming together. People had different beliefs. They called on different divine names, and it was a little bit problematic, as you can imagine. People were coming with their own doctrine, so on and so forth. So you can just imagine what that was like to try to manage that class and facilitate learning. But we did it. But it was not always, it was not easy, okay? And we had some problems as a result of that. But with this self-study course, you don't have to rush home from work. You don't have to worry about being late for class. like in the live class, right? You just do it at your own leisure. Do it when it's comfortable for you. You don't have to worry about coming into class late and interrupting. You don't have to worry about me updating someone who came in late so that they're able to follow along, right? Some people didn't like it when I did that, but that's what I did. So you can come into this and it's just at your leisure, okay? It's just at your leisure, and the courses are excellent, right? The lessons are excellent. You have to see it for yourself. So here's to donate, our Cash App and our PayPal. So now let's get into the curriculum. Okay, let's get into the curriculum. All right, so here we are. So this is part one, the introduction that I told everybody about. So in the introduction, I give you a message. We have this free lesson, okay? Then we go through the language of creation, the blessings for learning Ibaryath. We'll introduce you to Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 1 through 14 by reading it. This is the blessings. So this is the whole reason for doing what we're doing with this course, right? And then, of course, what is Ibaryath? Most people never heard of Ibaryath. So we're going to let you know what it is. We're going to let you know if becoming literate in Ibaryath is a commandment. So again, why do you need to do it? Or why should you even waste your time? Or why should you invest your time? Is it a waste of time or is it an investment? Right? So we go through all of that. Then we go through why we were deceived by those who hate us and why they changed the Bible, right? What was their motivation? Okay. And then we'll talk about why you must become Ibaryath literate in the context of why they deceived us, right? Then we'll look at the evidence for Ibaryath in history. So these are inscriptions, right? These are ancient inscriptions written on stone, some on paper, okay? We'll look at changes that were made to Ibaryath. We'll look at the modern Hebrew language in this context. And then we'll also look at a modern language that's very similar to Ibaryath in terms of its ah sounds. Okay, so the ABCs or the pictographs, the vast majority of them are spoken with the ah sound. And a lot of people amongst the Hebrew Israelites will say, oh, it's not a real language because what language has these baby sounds like ah sounds, right? Well, in this course, you're going to see a language that's spoken by 110 plus people, 110 million plus people who are speaking a very similar language in terms of the sounds, okay? So let's continue. We talk about the slave trade and why it matters, okay? This one is a big one. You really want to focus on this language, I mean, on this lesson, right? All right, and then we're going to talk about how they disappeared Ibaryath, how it vanished, okay? We'll go through an overview of modern Hebrew. We'll go through the Hebrew versus Greek paradigm. So these three parts, Hebrew versus Greek paradigm, this is basically talking about the way our ancestors saw the world, our perception of the world internally and externally, right? Internally and externally, and then how we communicated with each other. These are big. These are big. You'll learn a lot from these three lessons, okay? Then we go to part two. This is the pictographs. So we do the first pictograph all the way through the 22nd pictograph. There are 22. And then we give you vocabulary words for each pictograph, as you can see. These lessons are very comprehensive, very thorough. And then we do Ibaryath word studies. We do the word studies. Using these pictographs, you'll learn information about the meaning of words that are not in the lexicon, okay, that are not in the lexicon. Why is this important? Because it unlocks the hidden meaning that are locked inside of Ibaryath words to give you greater insight on the meaning of the word and thus the meaning of the verse, thus the meaning of the paragraph, and the chapter and the book. Okay, it flows through. Okay, so in other words, you'll get that meaning that other people don't get because they don't have the understanding that you have to be able to extract or unlock this meaning. Okay, so this is the greatness of our language. All right, so you can see there's quite a bit, right? There's quite a bit of this Ibaryath word study information. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You get 5 word studies, right? Quite a bit. So here we see that up till now we have 71 lessons. All right, part 3. Part 3, you have the introduction. We do the Ibaryath root word system, okay? So we do the root word system, parent, child, adopted. All of that's there. We teach you how words are formed. We teach you everything about verbs and nouns, the definite article, conjunction, pronouns, prepositions, so on and so forth, right? Adverbs, direct object marker, and negation. So this is a very comprehensive course, and it's also full of images. So you'll see images, a lot of images, a lot of work was put into developing this. So it's not just text. You're going to see a lot of images. We have one short video clip that's about 2 minutes. So it's very comprehensive, and I highly recommend that you take this course and don't just go through it once, but keep this course. Keep it for years to come, years and years to come. It would be a shame if we had to discontinue the course, right? Because nobody's using it, okay? We have to pay for all of this. All right, so again, you can see here, this is a $1 trial. See, $1 trial for 1 day. That's all it takes. $1 for 1 day. You can take as many lessons as you want, okay? If you like it and you think your impression is that you will learn and it's gonna help you, go ahead and enroll beyond the 1 day. If you don't want to, cancel it. That's it, end of story. You can stay enrolled for 1 month and cancel it. You can stay enrolled for 2 years and continue to do it month to month, however you want. You can enroll and cancel at any time you want. But you see that this is a whole lot of information, okay? And this is something you're gonna wanna keep in your library, trust me, for years and years to come, not only for yourself, but your mate, and each of your children, okay? So this is amazing, actually. This is an amazing opportunity for you to learn and to study together as a family, right? As a family, you can do it. You can really, really do it. Everything is here for you. Now, if you want to donate and help us keep this going, do so by Cash App. First option, Cash App, which is here, $Zion Law School. Okay, but if you don't want Cash App, go to PayPal, paypal.me/Zion Law School. Okay, that'll help us keep this going so that people who don't have money or who have a money crisis or just, they just don't have money, they are able to learn their language. This is our heritage, right? Ibaryath is our heritage. And these documents, when I say documents, I'm talking about the Hebrew scriptures, especially the covenant, right? Which I refer to as the contract in modern terms. These are ours, and we need to exercise power and authority over them so we can do our own translations. We create our own literature instead of relying on our oppressors to educate us, running to them to use their books. We don't need to do that. In fact, we should stop doing that. We can make our own literature, right? We make our own. You see, I have the capacity to do it. There's no reason for us to run outside to our oppressors to use their literature, because you know what that's about. You know what it's about, right? These documents have been used to oppress us. There's no doubt about that. So why are we running to use their literature? We can make our own lexicons, right? I've already made the Dr. Yasapa Ibaryath Aramaic and English lexicon. That's about a 5 to 10 year project to perfect it, but it's a start, right? That has every verbal root in Hebrew scripture in it. I forgot how many that are in there, but it's the book cover. It's black and it has a rose on the cover. So you'll want to get that for the lesson on verbs. So let me show you. Actually, you'll want to get that for these also. So that book has application for part 2 and part 3. Okay, so verbs. Okay, so even in the verb section, you're going to learn a lot about verbs. You're going to learn a lot about verbs, right? When you go through this course, you will improve your reading skills, your reading comprehension skills, okay? Things that you were not taught in school, etymology, phonology, all of these things you're going to learn. So this is an outstanding, amazing course. You absolutely must get it for yourself and for your family. Study this at home on whatever day you set aside, or when you go running, you can listen to it. When you go work out at the gym, you can listen to it. When you're just relaxing on the beach or wherever you are, you can listen to it and do whatever, or even on your lunch break, right? On your lunch break, you can listen to it, or you go sit out in your car, however it is that you relax or make time for something, go ahead and do it. And you have no interruptions from anybody asking questions. So go ahead and take advantage of this. It's a pleasure and an honor to be able to present this to you. And I'm looking forward to hearing your experiences with the course. Make sure you bring your friends and family in so that they can also enroll and get the benefit. And when you're ready, come to a live class, okay? We're teaching the Curses course every Saturday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Saturdays, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Come to the Curses course. You get 2 classes for free. You don't have to pay anything. You don't have to buy anything. Just show up. This course, 101 Ancient Ibaryath, this is going to make it so that when you come to a live class, you have the background, the foundation to just jump right in and move with us. You can contribute. You won't be confused about anything, right? It'll be a perfect transition for you. So this is amazing. So this is how you get started. And then the upper level courses are going to be so much easier for you. All right, so let me know what you think in the comments below in the video. And if you have some suggestions, just let me know. Send me an email, yasapa@zionlawschool.org, yasapa@zionlawschool.org. Let me know, and we will do something about it. Just contact me. Also, this class I will expand it. So over time, I'm going to add more lessons, so on and so forth. So we won't stop here with this 113 self-study lessons. It's going to grow, but just exactly what information I haven't decided yet, because I'm currently working on the self-study course for the curses. So all of Deuteronomy chapter 28 will be made into a self-study course, okay? So anyway, it is what it is. That's what I'm working on right now. But go ahead and take advantage of this, because this is available now, all right? So I'm Dr. Yasapa from Zion Law School. I'm just gonna say it one more time. Okay, go ahead and take advantage of the $1 for a one-day trial, right? Cancel anytime, take as many lessons as you want over that one day. But I guarantee you, this is a course you're going to want to keep for years and years to come. All right, so with that said, Shalawama, I am Dr. Yasapa, and I hope to see you in a live class, but definitely make sure you enroll, spread the word, help us out, spread the word, tell people. Carrie, help us with some of the burden of getting the message out. That's probably one of the most difficult things about this, is just getting people to know that these things are available. This YouTube channel is, I need to develop it, right? But I'm just one person, so sometimes I'm tired, and I don't really, to be honest with you, I don't really like to, I'm not comfortable doing these live videos yet. So I have to work myself into it so that I become comfortable with it. And I guess the more I do it, the more comfortable I'll become. So, but right now the live video thing still feels like work for me, but I'm working on it. We'll get there. We'll get there. We'll develop the channel. But in the meantime, you can help, even if you don't enroll, just tell somebody, hey, I saw this course, you know, I think you should do it. Even if you don't enroll, just talk about it, okay? All right, so I'm out. I'm tired, so I think I'm gonna go call it a day. So thank you. Shalom.